All right. Oh my God, that's the song that makes me feel like I am leading the Angel Brigade, and all the saints are lined up, the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, all of our spiritual team, and we are just raring to go. And so we call that the gathering of angels, also the gathering of friends. So, guys, I'm so happy to welcome you to this week's episode of the Miracle Makers Club, where every week we dive in deep to look at different things about how to make miracles, what's going on in our life, how to release what no longer serves us. So we get a chance to just step back and take a look at what we want, where we want to go, how we want to shift our life, and the options and opportunities that are coming our way, and how we want to learn to start to say yes to our destiny, yes to our mission, yes to our purpose, and all of the above. So it's a fabulous day today. It's the beginning of February 2021. And in just a minute, I'm going to show you a little clip from the Weekly Miracle Report that I do every week now on Mondays. No, I'm sorry. I do them on Sundays at 5 in the morning. And I just sort of download the information. It's easy. For some reason, it's easier for me at 5. And I sit down and I don't think about it. Just comes right through. And so we call it the Weekly Miracle Messages. They're direct from the Masters of Miracles. And that's the deck that sometimes I show you. Not sometimes, I will show you. It's the Miracle Messages, and it consists of 44 angelic beings, divine celestial beings that are in the sanctuary. Well, some of them aren't here anymore, but they were. And with messages for each of us. So the art has its unique ability to touch your heart. So I get up at 5 and I do the Weekly Miracle Report, and I get to tune in to where and what is going on. So guys, I see some of my friends have hopped on, and if you state where you're from, and I always like that, because when we, even if it's just on these comments, when we state where we're from, we're putting our energy in the game, our skin in the game. We're saying, okay, I'm here. I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to receive new information. So guys, if we haven't met yet, by the way, I am Reverend Dr. Joan of Angels, and author, by the way, of the Miracle Makers Club. And you're in my show, the Miracle Makers Club, where it's the healing and inspiration, acknowledgement that all of us have. It's not even just that potential to experience miracles and magic and prosperity in our life. We actually have that right. It is our birthright. It is our given. The universe wants us to succeed. And it's really just a matter of us to say yes. And so those are some of the things that we look at doing. How do we shift our energy to shift into a new way of being? And I don't know if you guys have heard about Clubhouse, but it's this brand new app that you have to be invited to join. And it's kind of very unique. There's all these different groups and people chatting, and I think they're on all hours of the day or night, and you can just drop in. So I've seen a couple of my friends in different groups, and I went and I've gone in. Well, today I was getting ready to go to my chiropractor, and suddenly my phone started talking, and it was in this Clubhouse, and it was in a chat, one of those groups, and there happened to have been a coach that I get all of his emails. And I was listening to it, and I was really taken aback. Number one, it's an amazing kind of forum. So if any of you are in Clubhouse, please tell me that now. So I'm going to look for you, because it's giving me some confidence and some ideas about how I could show up in little groups in Clubhouse. But today's conversation was all about, and it's going to be appropriate to our guest, by the way, our Shaman Isabella. But today's talk is like, what do you need to let go of and release to do your work, to come out in the world and to do what you came here to do? So knowing your purpose and your mission is always, the beginning. But then looking at, what do we have to let go of to really clear the field so we're free to leap. Okay, so we're free to catch our miracle wave. And so we're free to shift our thinking to a higher elevated level. And so with that in mind, I'm actually going to bring my guest on and tell you a little story about her as I bring her on. There she is.
Hi.
So Isabella.
It's so great to see you.
It is so great to see you. And I'm just happy as a clam. There's a lot of things about you, including your hair, that remind me of me. Okay. Okay, you're pure white.
Crazy hair.
Well, you have a little more color than I have, maybe, but you have all those curls.
Well, actually, mine is exactly like yours. This is not me, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so my hairdresser knows for sure.
That's the not me secret part. Okay.
I don't know. One day I'll do it. Yours is fabulous. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
I know. And just a quick thing on that. I actually have all these hairdressers that I have begged to put that color back in because I miss it. And without a doubt, this is what they say. They say, Joan, all the young ones pay me a big amount of money to do your hair. So I refuse. Okay. I refuse. And so
don't do it.
I just go, when the universe lines up, right, to give us instructions.
Follow it immediately. So I'm going to tell you, I was going to do it. The guy wanted $3,000 to make my hair natural, like yours.
Oh.
At starting price.
Well,
$3,000.
I'm
like, no, I think I'm going to stick with this.
I could help you for half that amount. Just so
I just shake my head. I'd be, great.
Oh my God! Do you remember when what's her name went in and shaved her head off? The famous. Britney Spears. Yeah, but who cares about her?
Free Britney. There's a whole thing about freeing Britney from the trap that she's in or something. Yeah, there's like a big Instagram free Britney.
Well, let's free each and every one of us. She could afford a lot of people in her life to free them, but we brought you on here tonight to help free. It's the beginning of the year, and this is a 5-year. Okay, it's all about freedom,
all about change,
and how to let go of and detox body, mind, and spirit.
Man, we need it, Joan. We need it. I started this mind body series. I know we're like all over the place. We should maybe no shoulds, but ground for a second.
We're going to ground in a minute. That's right.
That detox is. All of us. God bless us. God bless us that we chose to be here at this time.
All right, take a deep breath in. Let's just take a deep breath in and center ourselves. Mother, Father, God. We ask right now to be filled, surrounded, and protected with the light. We ask for a portal to open up between Shaman Isabella, myself, and all of us within this Miracle Makers Club sanctuary right now, asking for healing, wisdom, understanding, and clarity. And we ask for a detox, mind, body, spirit of anything that shadows us. So guys, if there is anything right now that shadows you, that you want to release, just write it in the comments, okay? Just list them, because in my experience, and then we're going to get to the shaman's experience, but in my experience, you got to let it go, pour it out, just free it up, because these comments will disappear, okay? Just let it out.
Right.
So, Madam Isabella.
And on that note, Joan, writing is so powerful, as you know, and we can let our listeners know that just by writing it down is a release. Just by putting it out there, just by the visceral act of writing and burning and releasing is huge. And we are still in this full moon energy. So you can still get the trail end of this full moon that we just had to help you release.
And then they're going to have the benefits of all of this. Isabella, what is your website?
OrangeCountyHealingCenter.com.
That's what it is. I was like trying to.
I can put it in the chat box right here.
Yes, you can. But I'm
Glory.
also going to put it on this fantastic banner,
So I
orange.
want everyone to know how we met and why the vibe is so high tonight, because you and I together are like, whoop, whoop.
This is our first event together to Orange County. What? Oh God, I can't do this.
HealingCenter.com. Here, copy and paste it. There, I sent it. HealingCenter.com. I love that you're doing this, Haley. I love that you're grounding in your work and your beautiful angelic art and everything with this radio show. I think it's fantastic. I'm so honored to be on your show. Proud of you. I don't know how long ago we met. 3 years maybe before
I'm going to tell you where we met. We met at the Earth Shift conference, right? Some conference you were out here for with your daughter.
Oh no,
Okay.
We went to a private angelic house, and that woman with the voice, we did some kind of in the desert voice thing. Do you remember? I swear that's where we met. And then all of a sudden I was at your house.
And it could have happened like that, but you remember. So what happened was I texted you. You said, yes, you're going to come by and look at the art. Well, I get so excited when someone's going to come by and look at the art, but that part of me, like all the beings in the house start chattering, and it's like, yes, we got one coming in. Go get her. And so the energy of trying to go get her. Now, this beautiful, can you imagine? She's so sensitive that she could feel that something disturbing is happening. Okay. The more I tried to reach out to her, okay, the more it was so weird. And she was thinking, why am I going to go visit this woman? And I'm thinking,
my daughter, remember my daughter was like, come on, Mom, I want to go home. I don't want to stop by your house. Come on, Mom, I want to go. And then when she got there, she was so happy she was there. But
every text I sent our dear shaman here pushed her further away. It was like disgusting. There was something inside me that, as much as I wanted her to come, and I think this is a good way to introduce our topic. You know, there was something inside here at the house that was so dangerous and yucky that it was disturbing my personality, so that the very person I wanted to like meet and love on, I'm like disgusting to her. Not,
well, disgusting the hard. It was just sort of an aversion, something was pulling me in and pushing me away at the same time. That go away energy, right?
And that's what I want you guys to kind of relate to, that hidden thing that we don't know, that there's something toxic going on.
Right. And we are sensitives, and we're empaths, and we feel, even you talking about it brings tears to my eyes, because I remember the day, and I remember this being of two minds. And I remember thinking, I need to listen to my daughter. My daughter thinks I shouldn't do it, but my heart is I have to go, Victoria. I promise you we won't stay long. We have to go to this house because there was something in the garage, if you remember.
It was an unfinished canvas. Yes. And that was what was so disturbing. It was a canvas that I didn't, it was kind of, so I stuck it in the back.
Yeah.
And it became a portal.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was opening up other negative portals in the house.
Yes. And so,
we closed those. I went in there and shook I didn't even know I was coming to work. I was like, I'm just coming to look at art. Oh yeah, no, Isabella, you're going to clear the land, bring peace and harmony to this woman's house that you don't even know, but you have to know, and she's in your soul pod. So, and then the next time we saw each other was at the Conscious Life Expo.
Oh,
selling which I have, my good vibes cards that in Spanish to I did that 300 Spanish speaking with the translator to get the buenas vibras out there and do live healings. And you were in the hallway, and I was like, Joan!
Isabella, so you were doing healings in the Spanish track.
Yeah.
How unique. And that was very smart of you. And
also, everyone says, you speak Spanish. And I said, I don't, but Spirit kept pounding on me, do the deck. And I still have 400 decks. I'm like, wow, what am I supposed to do
Spanish?
now? But
they're all in Spanish.
yes.
There's a huge. Anyway, so let's talk about this.
Yeah, well, and that's true. There is a need for it, and I think we're talking about it right now because somebody on your show is a translator, and they're going to say, "Let's do a live feed. Let's get the book out there. Let's get it happening." And this is the miracle maker's way, right? You think you're talking about something not on track, but Spirit is guiding your voice and guiding you toward the manifestation of what you want to see happen. And here's the thing about manifestation, guys. It does not happen when you think it's supposed to happen. It happens in divine timing. If somebody had told me I was going to be the blonde Orange County shaman and my home was going to be the Orange County Healing Center 15 years ago, I would have said, "What's a shaman?" It's not
right.
You just keep moving forward in a positive manner, and everything you want and need is provided for you. Oh.
And so it is.
So
yes.
it is.
And you know that it's provided for you.
Well, it's that deep knowing. And this is a great segue for Detox the Mind, Body, Spirit classes that Spirit has downloaded, and said, this is now, do this now, do the mind first, do the body next, do the spirit last. And the mind is already up for sale on the website, orangecountyhealingcenter.com. We just got everything. Thank you, universe, and my assistant, Chrissy. Thank you, Chrissy. I love you, for getting everything on the website. And February 4th, this Thursday, starts the Detox the Body. And on March 4th starts the Detox the Spirit. And you say, well, I don't have to detox my spirit, or I don't need to detox. I know about detoxing the body. I'm not talking about a shake you're going to drink. I'm talking about the mental energy that you give your body to heal. And I have story after story and, things to share, as well as 30 years of me doing different types of detoxes. What works for me might not work for you, but I want to open people up at whatever level they're at. If you're drinking soda and eating, candy, great. I did too. And I still do sometimes. If you're a raw foodist and that's your thing, great. I've got stuff for you too. It's like I've done it all. And I've found a way to create balance in my life. Not always, sometimes I'm out of balance. We all are. We're human beings having a spiritual experience. And, so my big thing is how to create with the mind, then with the vibration to manifest. I just turned 60 last year. 60. I didn't think I'd live to be 30, So I'm really excited about this. And then it's like the Awaken the Creator course that I have on my website, finally, an online course. Then I'll have these. And it's been, Spirit has asked me to do this for 5 years, but I've been taking people around the world and doing healings and, going so fast. I haven't had the chance to sit down and do it. And now here I am, and it's getting done. And I'm so grateful. So, so grateful.
It's very exciting what you've been doing. Tell us where you've been, by the way.
Well, I have been to Peru over 10 times. I take people on spiritual journeys to Peru, to Machu Picchu, to the Sacred Valley, all of that beautiful stuff. I took a group to England and Stonehenge and Avebury and all those massive stones. And we were in Glastonbury in a farmhouse. My friend has a beautiful farmhouse with a line that the sacred, grid line, that the Michael line actually goes from her backyard at the Healing Waters up to the tour. So you can feel the energetic line of the sacred grid lines in the earth for the people that follow that.
She lives right alongside Avalon, the tour. Oh my God.
Out the back, door, and there's the tour. And my daughter, and we went to Greece a couple years ago. I've hit Ibiza, Spain many times, Holland, Greece, Italy, France, Switzerland. But literally like a day here, 3 days there. Spirit had tossed me around for 7 years all over the planet. And my daughter said the other day, Mom, you do realize that you've hit every chakra on the planet, because the planet has chakras, right? And I said, everyone but two, because I haven't been to Australia yet, or Tibet. And Australia is the third chakra, our power center, and Tibet is the seventh. And so it's interesting that I have been at the root, Mount Shasta, at Peru, the sacral, at the heart, which is Glastonbury, at the throat, which is Egypt. I think it's Egypt. I don't know. I'm all over the place right now. Oh, Egypt as well. And we are going to Egypt. I had to postpone it because of something that happened last year, but we are going in 2022. So, oh, I love that. Yes, name it, claim it, trash it. Whoever
That's
just
from the beginning of the conversation. I love
that.
I have a superpower over here.
Boom.
I have a little
I'm going to
superpower.
shout the Egypt trip because that will happen in March or April of next year. So, yeah.
Interesting. So I follow a friend, Tracy Ash, and she's over in Egypt right now. She slipped out of London and got to Egypt. I think she has it all to herself. It's quite
Yes, she does.
interesting.
My friends are like,
she has it all to herself, and it's so awesome because you're not, you just, anyway, yes. Well, that would be so fun. I love that concept. Love that concept.
Yeah, so, a lot of traveling. I mean, and I hadn't traveled, I was 47 when I went to Peru the first time, 2007. And then every year after that. And then after 2012, I think it was, after we did the Joshua Tree, we did a big 12-12-12, Deborah Shea and I, a retreat in Joshua Tree. And then we did Mount Shasta, and then we did Chichen Itza, and that, it's just been Sedona. Spirit just was like sending me all over the place, and it's happened so fast, Joan.
It's
happened so fast.
It's very good because that's your work, hon. When people find us, then they help spread the message and spread what.
This deck took me 3 years to make, and it seemed like forever. Right? Forever to make it. I sold out of the first 500 copies so fast, I was able to take that money and go translate them in Spanish and make another, it's just.
So you have them in English and Spanish.
Yes.
Guys, she has them in English and Spanish.
Let's pull a card for everyone.
I've looked at them. Let's pull a card.
It comes up with this cute little booklet.
Good vibes.
And of course it has, I'm a teacher, right? So it has a blank page on this side so you can write in your book, which I love to write in books.
Oh, that's even better because that way every card you can comment.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's pull for the group. I can feel you, Joan, already going into your little angelic realm for everyone, your big angelic realm. For everyone, opening up. What do our guests and Joan and I need to hear now? Oh,
I already have it.
It's so intuitive. And what have we been talking about? Touring the planet.
Right. Connect to the earth.
Put your glasses on. Connect to the earth. She is your mother. Connect to the earth.
She is your mother. And, we actually even had to go retreat for a minute and connect, and ground.
Oh, yeah. Because you and I were going so fast. I was like, oh, here's a good one for us, too. It's at the bottom. Pay attention
to the unseen world. Guys, that's an amazing message because that's everything that's actually impacting the outcome, the direction, and how your vibes are going. I love that you named it vibes because vibe is such a perfect word.
Isn't it great? And my daughter did this. Victoria did all the artwork. She made the box. She did the artwork.
Mm-hmm.
And I think each picture is like a download. Feels like kind of, some of them remind me of Spirograph. You remember Spirograph?
I have seen Spirograph. Yes, all that. Yes.
Back in the day, was kids with the Spirograph. Yeah, I'm very pleased with it.
And the word vibes is from back when too.
Way back when. And what's funny, Joan, is that I was ahead of my time, right? When this was published, I don't know, 2017 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was good vibes. Good vibes T-shirts, in Target, good vibes pillows, good vibes only jewelry, good vibes cups. I mean, it was like the word good vibes in that year alone was huge. And I thought, God, I named it this 3 years ago when I started making it. But
Well,
yeah,
we need those good vibes now. I have to say that with what is, we need those vibes now. So let's do another card reading let's do this card reading for the general energy of the planet. Okay.
Ooh,
For the energy of the planet, guys. All right.
It's so interesting. Everybody is so with you, Joan, your guests. I feel them. The minute you're like, even before you said for them to do it, they were already doing it. They were already like, okay, energy of the planet. Everybody's like, you guys are just like working with her. It's so good. You guys know that you're healing when you're on Joan's show. I don't know if people are new or some of my people are watching. Continue watching this show, because when you're on this show, something's happening for the planet. So whether or not you're tuning into that or thinking that, her prayer in the beginning or just Joan in general and that house, it's creating a vibration in the grid lines underneath the earth and above that is creating a healing vibration for the world.
When I moved here, that's the most beautiful confirmation. Really, when I moved here, I was told that this was Desert Heart Sanctuary, and it was like the Desert Heart Sanctuary is like the heart vortex of the planet, that things were shifting and there needed to be even more heart here. And it was like, well, why desert huts? Why here?
Yeah.
So, and it was like, well, no, you're being sent to hold that energy of the heart. Yes. As it unfolds in this area. And it's very interesting. I haven't been able to move out of Desert Heart Springs.
It's fine, honey. When it's complete, when you have completed your mission there, you will.
And this is where I was named Joan of Angels.
Yeah. So just hang on. And, same with me, the Orange County Healing Center. I'm in the middle of Fullerton. 11 years ago when I started, there was nothing other than the Learning Light Foundation that had been there for 20 years. But I felt like I was in the desert. And somebody came and said that my property is on an ancient medicine wheel and that I would be connecting this with all the places I was traveling to. So, we don't know. We just hold space.
That is very beautiful. That makes so much sense, because even, they cover up all the sacred spots.
I'm going to tell you the card I just pulled, but I'm going to pull another one just because I want to. It was the title of the deck. It said, choose good vibes every day. So the message for the world is to choose good vibes every day.
Why did you put it back? Because I
wanted to see what else Spirit had. I was like, oh yeah, okay, we know that. We all know.
But no, we want all of you. Look, the whole thing is detox body, mind, and spirit. So the simple solution is choose good vibes. You don't want me to stare in here. I don't see that well.
No, it's okay. You don't have to. This is for the guests. Open up
to endless possibilities.
So the reason I didn't stop at choose good vibes every day is because that's easy. We know how to choose good vibes every day, but do we know how to open up to endless possibility? That's the thing, man. How do the world message, how do we open up our consciousness, open up our vibration? And it's through this detox of the mind, body, and spirit. Right. And my Detox the Mind class that I just finished, so what it is, so people know, is it's 5 days in a row at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. They're recorded, so if you miss it, you get it, and they'll be for sale after on the website. But for 5 days in a row, for 20 minutes, we are going to do intense learning, healings, meditation, shamanic journey. And it came out so well. Obviously, it went over 20 minutes because people wanted to talk after, and I wanted feedback, and there's more teachings. But people who only have 20 minutes, bam, there's a healing every day. There's a journey and a meditation. I've already got 2 people that went on Yelp and wrote testimonial about it, because they're like, I feel like $1 million. I feel like 2020, I just detoxed my mind from 2020. I'm ready to move forward. So That's my
a good point too.
That's my goal. Yeah.
Guys, detoxing from 2020, detoxing from the madness that the planet had become, okay, and going into your own sanity.
Well, I'm glad you said going into your own sanity, going into your own vibration.
Right.
So, knowing where you start and another person starts, knowing the divine line between the two of you, that you don't have to feel them in order to heal them. You don't have to, that's good. You don't have to feel them in order to heal them. I love when spirit downloads me with cool sayings.
Feel them to heal them.
Feel them to heal them. Wow. You can create a boundary, right? It's all about boundaries right now. It's all about knowing who you are and how to hold your center strong, how to ground in the eye of the storm, how to be the hummingbird and stay still and fly 1,000,000 miles a minute. Ground in, know yourself, know your heart. Don't take anyone's stuff. Don't take on other people's stuff. Man, that's the thing. I used to take on everyone else's stuff and feel responsible for everyone else. And, all that victimization, all that stuff that I had to go through in order to teach other people how not to.
Right. Or even how to recognize it.
Yeah.
It's true also. And, it's interesting. I have a master's in counseling. And so part of the training, is you're in group therapy all the time. And why? Because the thing they tell you is that people who go into that business, and I think it's also the counseling business and the shaman business and the angel work, it's because we need healing.
Oh, yeah.
And we go in because we as the healers are called to lead the way, and we have to do that kind of healing. And then we turn around and fulfill our vision by helping others. But you can't help others unless you've done your work.
Yourself first. Yeah. Well, my shaman training is really all about doing the inner work first, because you cannot put, because otherwise you'll be triggered, your own, it's just a mess. So you've got to do your own personal work, I feel, before really trying to help others. Yeah.
It hit me that you can only love really as much as you love yourself. You can only love others because it's a fake. It's not real. If you're not coming from that complete place of having loved yourself. It's been a big 3 years since I saw you too, learning really just diving into the sanctuary, into helping others and hearing what my own voice is.
Yeah, your energy is so good, honey. You're so bright.
So happy to hear.
Oh yeah. You can tell. I can see the work you've done. I can see it. Absolutely.
Yes. And so, my work is, it tailors like yours, healing your body, mind, and spirit. That comes from my chiropractic healing background. Everything in my world is about that sense of balance, body, mind, and spirit, and teaching people how to leap over tall buildings in a single bound and just know what we're here for. One of the reasons, guys, you want to detox is that it's very hard to move forward if you have a wet blanket on you filled with all sorts of mud and trash and curses and yucky things. It's like and I'm just
that's a great way to put it.
Right. So it's like being a little old lady outside, like you can't do anything because there's so much crap on you. And if you physically take that position for 1 second that I just showed you, you'll feel it. And then when you start to open it up, and it's so funny, my talk yesterday, and I'm going to play a little sample of it in a minute or two, but it was the weekly miracle report. And it was like, turn up your light and shine your brilliance.
Oh, I love that.
So much.
The thing is the heaviness, right? The heaviness of the story. So we get stuck in a negative loop. And this is what I did a lot of healing on with that class, the mind detox, is that we get stuck in this negative loop of the story, right? I'm not good enough. I can't do that. I, was raised this way. I was sexually abused. I was this, I was that. I was a battered wife. I mean, I have all that. I have all those stories, addiction, all that. And I don't wear my story any longer. I don't wear my story. My story is my story. It's a beautiful story. It brought me to where I am now. So when you can shift your perceptions around your story, that's when the healing really happens.
Right. A story kind of, gives me the image. I always see things in images. As you were talking,
you're an artist, yeah.
I saw your story as this was on a long string, like a big fat rope, and this is everyone's story. I kind of see it that way. You're just like dragging it along behind you wherever you go. So it's like, well, I want to love you, but I have this story here. So,
let me tell you my story. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you my story. Hold on. And I'm going to like unpack it for you. And so for the next 6 months, you're going to hear my story. Honestly, guys, you might as well drown them, choke them, smother them, right?
In your story.
So I have a new policy now. It's like,
but
when
there is a lot of healing in telling your story as well. But here's the thing. It's that you get triggered by your story. So your story, I feel, is if you're in a relationship with someone or you're in a friendship with someone and you haven't healed your story, or you haven't learned to see your story from a bird's eye view, then you'll get triggered and you'll attack, or you'll have this whatever with this person and you don't know why. But if you dig deep and you see, oh my goodness, I'm being triggered because this reminds me of this that happened to me when I was younger. And I haven't looked at it, or I haven't uncovered it, or I haven't released it, or I haven't done a counseling session or a shamanic session to move that story out of my aura, out of my energy body. And so now I'm like attacking you because it's all your fault because you did this to me and you. Yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. It's that we haven't looked at what it is and why we're being triggered.
Which happens when you start changing your own vibration. When you start to be aware, and I think shift your energy from the lower frequencies, and you start to move into that place of love, which is the next month. We're moving into that place of love. And it's interesting. I wrote an article that's coming out called Love is the Greatest Miracle. And I realize I realize it is the greatest miracle because it's beyond description. It's one word that's first of all, it's a noun and a verb, to be in love. It's probably a preposition too. It's like to be in love, the state of love, to be loving, to give love. There's so many, but then there's the love of God and spirit and source and the love of beauty. I don't know. Love is just profound to be.
Well, the love of yourself, right? So people say, well, how do I love myself? How do I love myself? And I say, listen to the way you speak about yourself and listen to what you think about yourself. Start there.
Oh my God, right there.
Just start there. Start with what are you saying and what are you thinking? Just start there and write it down, right? I think this about myself. Well, that's not very loving. Why would I do that? I just said this about myself. That's not very loving. Why would I do that? And then once you're aware, right? Once you're aware of it, then you can become of two minds. You can shift your perception and say, I'm going to say cancel to that comment. And I want this instead. I am a divine loving being. I'm going to love myself the way I love everyone else. I'm going to listen to what I'm saying like I'm my own best friend. Would you ever talk to your friend that way?
Right.
Never.
You're so stupid.
Talk to your friend that way. So this is how I began to shift that mind out of the negative, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm this, I'm that, into, you're beautiful. You're doing good work. But here's the thing about the ego mind. It'll come in and go, yeah, but that one thing that, no, I'm not going to think about that one thing right now. And this is the biggest, you guys, before you go to bed at night, make sure you're feeding yourself beautiful thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself beautiful things before you get out of bed. Start your day fresh. Go to sleep with stroking your own face, telling yourself, I love you, you're beautiful, you're amazing, and watch your life change. Watch.
I love it. I love it. So I just think that's fantastic. And it is, it's important. You know, my daughter was here and she's going, Mom, you know, I'm so fat. You know, don't say things like that to yourself. We reframe them to you are so beautiful. I'm at my most perfect divine weight. And this is coming from a woman who was bulimic when I was younger. So to have a relationship just that can say, I love myself. In fact, I love that hot fudge sundae I had the other day. Like to just love, and you know what? Your energy and thoughts can transform, by the way, your food. So for any of you guys that are just going, oh my God, I have to lose weight. I have to lose weight. No, you tell your body that we're at our most perfect healing weight. You know, we're functioning. And then how often do you actually talk to your body? You know, when have you last talked to your heart, your lungs, your liver, your fingers, your toes?
Your skin. I tell my skin, well, you know, I'm getting older, so my skin's like looking different. But I'm like, I love my skin. I love my face. I love my hair. And then the body responds with like shinier skin, it thicker hair. It just does.
I don't use the word older anymore, though. I go, you know, we are so wise. It's amazing. We are the wisest fifth dimensional being in a 3D body. You know, and actually, I tell everyone I'm youngering. And actually, I'm going to say,
I love that. I'm youngering.
So today, I think I might have said my age on the show I was on this morning. I'm not sure. I actually have not announced it because it came as a shock to me this year that I actually looked older. And young people called me grandma. And I went, oh my God, of course I've learned in sacred ceremony that I am a crone and an oracle. So it's okay. But I'm going to be celebrating. I'm going to invite everyone to my online party. I'm going to get ready to say it. Okay. It's just such a surprise. Okay. I'm just so surprised. I'm going to be 72 in March.
You look fantastic.
And
I have to say, you do look younger. Your energy field is younger than when we met. So you are younger. You are getting younger.
I am youngering, and it's intentional. Everything I do is to take me around the world in 2022. That's my affirmation. We're going around the world speaking in 2022, and in my health, wealth, and happiness along with that, and all of you guys. So on the day after my birthday, I'm not exactly sure about the party, but stay in touch. We're going to have an online festival.
I love it.
And a lot of my co-creators are going to be there. Okay, we're going to finish up this segment. Tell people again how to reach you and any last minute everythings.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on your show and just in time for the class that's about to start on Thursday. But even if you miss it, like I said, it will be on my website, orangecountyhealingcenter.com, Facebook, Shaman Isabella, Instagram, Shaman Isabella. Yeah, I'm like so grateful. I'm just so grateful that I have the opportunity to continue to do this work. I see people all over the world, over the phone, on Zoom, being able to reach out during this time and assist people with the shift has been a gift. And I'm so grateful I'm alive to be able to do it. So thank you.
So, you know, it's so interesting. I get your emails and I had known about your program, but I had other people on the show, you know. So when you reached out, I was just like, oh my God, we're just going to slip her in right here. It's perfect. Yeah. It's just so perfect. But what's more perfect for me is reconnecting with you.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, just reconnecting with you. And of course, your feedback on my energy is just perfect. Your energy, by the way, your vibe was up, and it's really up as a master, really a master teacher. I'm really proud of you. I can't wait to see you. I'm sure that I don't know, we're going to have some events out here. Neil wants to have events out here at the Miracle. I am the Miracle. Well, and I am their kind of Miracle representative occasionally at the Miracle, since I have the Miracle. Oh yes, the owner of the Miracle buys my books and then just distributes them everywhere. I'm a best-selling author now because of him and the Miracle.
I love it. I love it. I'm so happy with the work you're doing. Happy to have shared this show on all of my platforms. I do have a group if somebody wants to join the Detox the Mind, Body, Spirit group on Facebook, and I go live and I do live healings. And my website has a lot of information, 11 years of articles, blogs, radio shows, podcasts like this. Joan's show will be on my website when she sends me the link. And we have to mention Steve Weber and the American Emotion Show, because it's because you were on Steve's show and the live thing came at me and the vibe was so high. I was like, who is that guy with Joan? And I called him up and he had me on the show the next week. And then he just yesterday said, I'm so happy you're going to be on Joan's show. He's probably listening right now. And all three of us together.
So, that's so exciting. Okay. I get it. I totally get it. I saw that you were on the show and I got so excited that because suddenly, your name popped up and I was like, oh my God, she's here, because it's been such a long time.
It was because of you.
Oh, all right. Well,
it was only because I have your live. Whenever you're live, it tells me. So,
okay.
So I was like, early in the morning, this guy's talking to Joan and the energy's just like jumping out of the screen.
Right.
I connect. So anyway.
And he has that great song, Oh, When the Saints. So I'm really head of this marching band. All right. Okay. So guys, can you just give I just feel like I want to hear all of you just doing like silent claps for Shaman Isabella. Okay. I want silent claps. I want to send her a lot of love, a lot of healing. You come over to this sanctuary soon. I think we have to sanctuary each other.
Sanctuary. I love you guys.
I love you. I'm so happy to see you, honey. Have a beautiful night. Thank you. Expect miracles. All right. Bye for now. Bye. Oh my God. Was that wonderful? She's awesome. All right. She's got an awesome energy. She knows who she is. Her personal power comes from inside. So she can, and do you understand what I mean by that, guys? Her sense of knowing of who she is. And when I was thinking about tonight's show and just thinking about what I was going to talk about, I had kind of talked about like the theme of letting go. But once we let go, okay, and we cut that bag that we're carrying, that suitcase that we got to show everyone. Once we let go, then the next phase comes in. And that phase is the juicy phase, but it's also that phase that has a little bit of peril linked to it. Why? Because then you have to trust that what you know about yourself is true. Then you have to trust the visions, that inkling that you have, that little push to go in that direction that's beyond your logical mind, which is why, guys, I'm going to be reteaching my intuition class. I'm getting it ready again because our logical mind has that wonderful ability to like slap our intuitive mind. So that sense of personal power. So, we ground, we center. Right now, we're in a Mercury retrograde, by the way. It just started 2 days ago, which I don't know about you, but things were so intense that I had thought that Mercury retrograde, I thought we were almost out of Mercury retrograde, okay? Just so you know, I'm just telling you the truth. And now come to find out, it just started, I think, 2 days ago. All right, I'm putting my glasses on so I could see what's going on here. Yes. So personal power, and I'm going to put this comment up by Pamela where I just saw Joan fluffs wings like crazy. So in 2013, when I began painting angels, they started showing me not just my wings, but your wings. Like you'd come to me and each and every one of you, I would feel your wings. And in the healing and in the coaching and in the counseling, literally, it would be like a restoration of that power. So it's an interesting thing because when I say to know who you are and to feel grounded in your presence, meaning to have a presence, And, remember that when you're carrying around your story, which is like threatening to overwhelm you, and if you walked into a room like this, or you walk into a room like this, there is a different energy. So they showed me, my guides taught me how to take everyone to the Angel Rejuvenation Spa to get those wings cleared, so that then we can start to powerfully emerge. And everyone it's helpful to have your own concept of how you're emerging. I have Joan of Angels, okay, and I have my image of these wings. But when I was a chiropractor, I worked with a guide who was an ancient healer. And every morning I would sit down before patients would walk in. And so this is a lesson, guys. Every morning I would sit down and I would meditate, and I would call in this ancient healer master, and he would infuse me. And I would start to see patients one after another. Sometimes almost the most I saw in a day was 81. And I was pregnant and due in 2 days. Okay. I would go into a flow. And this flow was that magic stream of consciousness where every person I adjusted, I knew exactly what was wrong with them. And it was magic. But it happened because I fluffed my wings energetically. I connected to my guide that invoked and infused my work. Now, wouldn't that be nice if you could learn how to do that? So I want to share a little bit about what I've been doing. I am right now working with people, and I have 3 openings here where I do my soul awakening sessions. And from there, we deep dive. These soul awakening sessions help you remember who you are, help you look at your big picture, the why, the what, the where, and what it all means. It helps you unravel that. And then not only does it help you unravel that, but then we look at all those challenges and obstacles that you need to detox from. Okay. Then, in addition, then we look at where your opportunities are, where spirit is calling you, so you can line up so that you can do your work. So I'm going to show you a little video. Oh, and this video that I'm going to show you has a little trailer about that, but I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've been doing with the weekly miracle report, because I want you to get clarity on this too. The weekly miracle report is part of my membership site. And, I'm just getting my feet underneath me, but I was really happy about this. So this is the weekly miracle report, a synopsis. It's the first 60 seconds. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are gathered outside the galaxy today, outside the planet, actually, so that we can look and scan, so that we can be in a place of total tranquility, so that nothing from that third dimensional world distresses thee. We came out here from which we could see all that we need to release in order to be free. The noise of the planet is far louder than you may know, for we can feel all those emotions that sometimes stimulate, attack, disturb, light on fire as we go. Aha! I love that picture. Okay, so the Soul Awakening sessions are a reminder. They are an energetic next level up, and they help us to really clarify. And why is that important? Because right now, especially because we're still in this time of remembering who we are. We're still in the pandemic. We're coming out of it, maybe, who knows? But again, and it is a long winter, so going within is really the way to go now. So that when we get through this, you will be able to say, you know, hard times came on the planet, but I stepped up. I remembered my special gifts. I learned how to do that which I came here to do. And rather than sinking, I chose to share my special gifts on this planet. That is the miracle maker way. So in our soul awakening sessions, we actually look at your special gifts, your ninja skills, your superpowers that you have, that you were given to do what you came here to do with. You don't think they sent you down here to the planet without, a toolkit. You have a toolkit. I like to call it the miracle toolkit. That ability we have to start to remember, to shift into the consciousness of this is what I'm here to do, and then to do it, breaking free, that commanding presence. So when we detox, as Shaman Isabella says, when we detox our mind and body, spirit, we've taken off yuckies. Let's just call it my most professional term, yuckies. We've taken them off, but lifetimes of karma, lifetimes of energy, even ancestral karma that you can remove, because then, it's like having a glass that you haven't cleaned for a long time, and you look out and it's not clear. But when you wipe that glass clear, okay, when you use that Windex, and you wax on, wax off, and you shine it bright, you could see. And you can see who you are. So use this time wisely, my dear ones. Use it to dive in to yourself. Use it to check your energy and go, oh my God, are there any more of those yuckies that are, how I said a little while ago, on a long rope, and there you are dragging your suitcase of yuckies and your past with you? It is time to let those go. It is time so that you can create a new flow, a flow of prosperity. I am prosperous. I am awakened. In fact, there's a new affirmation I got yesterday with Dr. Sharon at the sanctuary. I just love it. Are you ready? Oh, where it is? It's over here. I sent it to my son. Thank you for everything. I have no complaints whatsoever. Can someone put that in the chat for me? Thank you for everything. Who are we thanking? We're thanking source, spirit, the universe, God, whatever you call it. We're thanking ourselves. We're thanking the energy around us, that we've created these vibrations, that we have no complaints whatsoever. Do you realize what a state of grace that is? All right, guys, our time is for the night. I love you. This has been fantastic. Please give me your feedback. If you love the show, join us again next week. Reach out. If you want to know more about the Soul Awakening sessions, reach out, or the membership site of the Miracle Makers Club. Find me on Clubhouse. it was my friend Pamela. There she is, right there, Pamela. She got me onto Clubhouse. Thank you very much. I think we'll play a little Here We Go, and then I'm going to be signing out. Love you all. Thank you very much. I'm Reverend Dr. Joan of Angels, Miracle Makers Club, and I will see you all